Hey, what's going on, bait chuckers? Got a great video for you today. We're doing a color match, actually. We are going to match the Gary Yamamoto Senko in the, what is it, Bluegrass colorway. Get a load of that. It's pretty sweet. It looks to be an electric shad on the top, and then it is like just pure chartreuse flake, I believe, on the bottom. So pretty excited to go fish this. Almost ran off the road there. Got to pay attention. We have a unique opportunity. I know we're starting off the video with fishing first, but we got this huge atmospheric river coming in. The pressure has dropped below 30. It could dump at any point in time. It's a little warmer than it has been the past few weeks, so if the fish were ever going to bite, this would be the time. So we're going to put bluegrass to the test. All right, no luck at the irrigation pond. We're gonna try the recreation pond really quickly. I don't have high hopes. You typically need to get out on a boat. There's not much shoreline to fish from here. I don't think the fish will be within range of the dock, but hey, you never know. I mean, if you don't cast, then you're never gonna know. So let's give this a shot. All right, let's see what the recreational lake has in store for us. It's windy. We got those clouds blowing in. No rain yet, but that, I mean, you can see it is headed straight for the Sierra Nevadas up there. That's the direction of the wind. That's the direction we're going to cast. Oh yeah, we got one. We got one, I think. Yeah. Look at that. All right. Look at that. Yeah. All right, not a big one. But he swallowed it, that bluegrass, in the middle of the storm. Wow. On the recreational lake. Can you believe that? Thank you, buddy. There's one. There's one. Way out there. He got it. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Look at him water surfing. That's right, baby. Can't resist that bluegrass. Oh, in the middle of the storm. Yeah. There we go. Woo, that's a cold fish. Right in the roof of the mouth. Yeah. All right, so now that we know the bluegrass is a pretty awesome color, definitely catches fish, I think it's time to have a little bit of fun with it. Now, I'll pull one out of the bag here so we can take a closer look. It appears that it is just a bunch of chartreuse flake on the belly and then an electric shad on the back. So pretty simple color match. I think we'll do our standard electric shad back with some chartreuse glitter. There's not going to be too much to this. I think this is going to be a real easy kind of entry-level color match here. For those of you at home, it'll be a pretty good recipe. But also, Because we're going to have some fun with it, it gives us a chance to play with our brand new SDG N2 2-to-1 injector. That's right, got my hands on one of these. Thank you, Adam, for sending this over. We're going to put it to good use here on the channel. If you want to get your hands on one of the 2-to-1 injectors, I'll have all the links down below in the description. And I will say, this is the first set of injectors I've ever used by N2. I haven't used it yet. We're going to do that together, but fit, finish, build quality, very impressive. Very impressive. All right, let's get you up close here so we can take a look at the Yamamoto BLUEGRASS. You can see it in the package. Pretty cool looking color. If we take one and take a look at it up close, again, looks like nothing but clear plastisol and chartreuse flake on the belly. That is what appears to be square cut chartreuse flake. I don't have any, so we'll probably have to do the the small .015, which is fine. And then a standard electric shad on the top, and looks like they went a little heavy with the sparkle violet flake in there, more than I would normally see in an electric shad, I think, and a pretty dark top as well. It seems like a little bit darker electric shad top than normal, so we might beef up the drop count a little bit on the electric shad, and definitely going to go heavy with that square glitter. All right, well, let's get our pigments together and let's get started. All right, so we'll go ahead and throw all the colors up on the screen so you can go ahead and make this bait at home in your shop right along with us. Because we're doing an electric shad top, it only calls for one pigment, and so we are reaching straight for the MF Green Pumpkin Gray. This is the actual color that Yamamoto used to use in the original electric shad, and you can still get your hands on it today. In terms of glitter, we are going to need the square cut .035 square black glitter, and the special ingredient that makes the electric shad pop, that is the .015 sparkle violet flake from Lureworks. Highly recommend the sparkle violet flake if you really want to match the Yamamoto electric shad. Exactly. For the bottom color, it looks to be extremely simple. It looks like it calls for some chartreuse square glitter. We don't have any small square chartreuse glitter in the shop, so instead we are going to reach for our small .015 hex chartreuse glitter, also from Lureworks. Looks like this is all we're going to need for the bottom color. All right, fresh cup of plastisol ready to rock and roll. We are using Dead On Plastics Worm Blend. That is the sinking blend. We're going to start with the easy color first, the belly, the chartreuse, or at least one side, what we're calling the belly. We're going to start with the chartreuse, only because the sparkle flake has a tendency to change color. It is heat sensitive, so we're going to do that last, so it has to be reheated the fewest amount of times. So again, to start, chartreuse .015. We have a 1/16 scooper here, so we're going to go in with, I think, 4 scoops. We're going to start with 1/4 of a teaspoon. The .15 can go far very quickly, so I think 1/4 will be all we need, and that will be quite a bit of glitter. Let's get this all mixed in here and see what we're working with. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I think 1/4 is going to do it. Only one way to know for sure. Let's get our handy dandy color tester out here and let's fill up a slot, see what we're working with. All right, let's move that to the side. Let's take a look at our test mold here. We'll get this peeled back. All right. Well, let's see. How does it match up? Alright, so there it is side by side. Okay, it looks pretty close. How about if we roll it over and we strap it to the back of the dark side there. Oh, look at that. Okay, see? Alright, there is the original Yamamoto, and then we flip it over and there's ours against the black background. That'll show what it looks like when it'll be laminated up against it there. I think that's a pretty close match. I think we're going to stick with that. 1/4 of a teaspoon of the .15 chartreuse flake. I think that'll do it. That gives us that nice, kind of almost a solid color on its own, really. This is non-bleed flake, but that is that's just the color reflecting in the cup. Pretty awesome stuff. All right, we got our second cup of Dead On Worm Blend ready to go. Nice vacuumed out, nice and clear, so we can show off this wonderful electric shad color. Starting off, all right, 35 drops, potentially 40 of the green pumpkin gray. All right, we ended up putting 40 drops in there. It just felt right. Just came out of the bottle that way, you know. Sometimes you just feel it. You see what I'm saying? All right, and look at that. Right there, we got that beautiful translucent green pumpkin gray that is the electric shad. So awesome. All right, we're going in with our black square glitter 0.035. We're going to give this a nice big heaping 1/16 of a teaspoon, and I mean heaping. You see that pile of black glitter right there? We're going to drop that right in there, and that is all we need, and that is going to give us enough texture in the background, a little bit of a backdrop for that sparkle flake to play off of. All right, look at that. You can see it on the knife, just a little spattering of black in there. That's what we're looking for. Awesome stuff. Okay, now the key to an electric shad, sparkle violet flake. Now this recipe is calling for the 0.015. You saw it here. It is the small flake. A lot of the more Kitech style will use the larger 0.040, but we are going to stick with the 0.15 for this one, and we're going to go in with 3/16. That tends to be the magical number for me when I'm doing an electric shad. I feel like if I go a full quarter, it ends up being a little too much, but 3/16 gives us that nice balance. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Love the electric shad. Unmatched. It just can't. Sparkle flake, green pumpkin gray. I mean, you can't beat it. All right. Well, we're going to take that here with our chartreuse flake. I think this is going to make for an awesome color match. Let's get these warmed up and we'll get ready to shoot. And again, we will be shooting some classic stick baits. So the 5-inch Epic Classic stick bait is the mold of choice, so we can match this beautiful Yamamoto Senko. Look at that right there. Oh, yep. I think this is going to look good. All right, let's get ready to shoot. All right, these two are close in temperature, ready to go. We just checked them. We just goosed that left one there for about 10 seconds to bring them up closer to temperature. All right, here we go. We got standard blending block this time, left and right. And as always, do not forget to glove up. All right, here we go. Nice full pull. Come over here, get the injector. We'll purge it over here. All right, nice even pressure, medium pace, all the way down. Hold a little bit of pressure because the mold is extremely cold. It's cold here in the shop. It's like 55, 60 degrees. I know that's warm for some of you in the Midwest. I'm sorry, but that's cold for us Californians, okay? Yep, there it is. I'll tell you, if I didn't know any better, I'd think you guys just stick around this long to watch me clean out injectors. All right, well, it doesn't seem like anybody cares about the blending block reveal anymore. It's all about taking a look at the purge pile. It's the latest trend, apparently. So there we go. Take a look at the purge pile. All right, all right. Would you think I was going to leave you hanging? I wouldn't tease you like that. Who does that? But it didn't want to come out on the same side. Look at that. Okay, so there's our there's our blending block. All that smack talk for nothing. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think that's going to be a great color. There's that chartreuse with that black backer. Yep. Bluegrass, huh? Huge shout out to whichever subscriber recommended this color. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. Classic 5-inch stick bait, but wanted to show y'all in the middle of all our yapping and jaw jacking there about the purge pile. versus the blending block, we did not top off our mold. And look at that. Just wanted to show you how easy it is. You can get distracted. I don't care how many years you've been making baits. You can still make mistakes. It's all right. We're still going to fish them. I don't care regardless. But just wanted to show y'all that can happen very easily. Oh, look at this. All right. We got the chartreuse side here. Look at that. Look at that. That is looking mighty tasty, as Adam would say. Here's the peel back. Ooh, look at that electric shad back there. Oh yeah, look at that. You know, we did 40 drops, and I'm telling you right now, we probably could have gone darker. Hold on a second. Let me grab one of the Yamamoto baits. All right, there is a Yamamoto bait shoved right in the middle there. Okay. It's a little bit thicker in profile. Oh, maybe not. I mean, you could probably go a little darker. Maybe I'd bump it up to, say, 50 drops instead of 40, because you do have a clear backer. But now if I flip it over, okay, now we do have a little bit of opaqueness here because of the salt that's in there. Okay, but overall, I'd say that's a pretty close match. I'm digging it. Of course, if you're going to put salt in there, it's going to make it more opaque. We've covered this in many videos previously. I don't like to use salt. That's why I use the Dead On Worm Sinking Blend, so I get that same effect. You could still add a little bit of salt, though. It's never going to hurt nobody. All right. Look at that, though. That sheen's looking correct. Pretty awesome stuff. All right, so I can already tell we're going to need a couple more drops. I'm going to put 10 more drops of black in to darken it up. We're not going to shoot the stick bait again. We're going to use the 2-to-1 injector with a brand new bait, and I'm going to have to darken it up because we want the double side to be the chartreuse belly, and then we want a thin, dark layer across the back of this new surprise mold that we're going to be shooting here. So, all right, let's get the plastisol warmed up. I think that's an amazing color match right there. So again, a little bit darker. This will get you going. You can add, you know, whatever brand chartreuse flake that you want, but this recipe will definitely get you here. 50 drops of the green pumpkin gray, I think, is going to be the key. Or if you like mine, you can stick with 40 drops here, and then that 1/4 of a teaspoon of the chartreuse flake. That is going to give you your Yamamoto bluegrass. All right, let's get the plastisol reheated back up and shoot this new mold. All right, we have got both cups of plastisol up to temperature, ready to rock and roll. Now, I have this set up. The beauty of this blending block, we have a thick side and a thin side, right? The SDG 2-to-1 multi-block. Now, I like to arrange my colors belly on the left, back on the right. So in this case, thick side on the left, thin side on the right. And luckily with the 4 different pinouts here, or threaded holes, you can set the post wherever you need it, whichever way you want. So we have it set up this way. I have the mold back is towards me, belly is away from me, all right? So thick side is on the top here. You can see that here, all right? So thick side is on the top, the thin side is on the bottom, facing me. So again, thick side, which we want the chartreuse, that's that way. The electric shad top is towards us. That will be the back. And we need to make sure, we can't forget to glove up. We have our 2-to-1 injector. Again, thicker injector on the left, skinnier on the right for the back. We've never done this before. Let's give it a shot. Oh wow, that left side sucks up a lot. Oh, we got some air in there. Okay. All right, we're gonna purge. Purge there. We'll come over here. We're making a mess. We're gonna purge. Oh no, we're only getting one color. There we go. In we go. Oh yeah, you got to put some muscle behind that one. Yes, sirree. All right, we're gonna hold pressure there because that's a cold mold. Whew, all right, let's hope. I hope that turned out. I'm seeing a lot of chartreuse and not a lot of the electric shad. Okay, I'll go ahead and we'll see how that turned out. Never done that before. You can see we did put 20 more drops of the green pumpkin gray in this side, so it is a little bit darker. And don't worry, I didn't leave you hanging. We shot the 5-inch stick bait mold again with that darker color so we can get an exact color match for you. But first time doing the 2-to-1 injector. Let's hope this worked out. All right, before we jump into our mystery mold, let's take a look again at the second round of the stick baits. Again, this is with the 20 more drops added. We went straight to 60 to see if we couldn't match that green pumpkin gray. All right, I can already tell we have a much better backing for the chartreuse here, okay? Much better backing, all right? Now again, we got that opaqueness that we talked about before, right, from the salt, but looking good so far. Let's peel this back. Oh yeah, yes, see, 60 drops is the way, for sure. Make sure to include that in the recipe at the beginning of the video, and take a look at that. We'll just shove that right in the middle there, and look at that. Huh? Blends right in. You got a little bit of opaqueness again, that's salt. All right, salt's always going to change the color just a little bit of your baits. That Yamamoto got that heavy salt in there, but that's looking pretty good. I think 60 drops of green pumpkin gray is the answer with that chartreuse belly. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. Bluegrass, huh? I'll tell you, it was never on my radar until this video, but I like it, and I'm hoping it's going to look even better in the next bait that we're about to demold. Let's take a look at that. All right, it's bigger, it's badder. Is it too much for Mr. Incredible? We are talking about the 5.2-inch tactical shad. Oh yeah, this is a big, chunky mold, and I love it. But you can see from the sprue, there was not a lot of electric shad. Let's see how it turned out. Oh, okay. I saw a glimpse. Did you see a peeky-poo? This may have turned out really good. This may have turned out really good. Are we ready? Are we ready? First of all, look at the chunkiness. Did I tell you that is a chunky mold right there? Love me a good chunky tactical shad. Jason did a great job with this one. Fattened out the body, extended the tail length a little bit to get even more action on the back. This mold is going to be in a lot more videos coming up. But let's do our peel back here. Peel to reveal. Oh my word. We got this nice, super thin strip of the electric shad backing. Super dark with that 60 drops. And then look what happens. The tail just takes over. You can see it. If you look closely, it comes down very thin. Very, very thin. Just like we wanted. In the top. Oh, the 2-to-1 injector. You would never be able to pour these unless you had a shooting star. Oh my goodness, look at that. And the way the chartreuse just takes over in the tail. Now when this is flapping in the water, boom, 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 boom. Oh yes, we got a chartreuse belly and that hit of black and that electric shad as this is rocking back and forth in the water. All of these look absolutely fantastic. Just look at that. Look at that. You can see clear through there. And then it's just that thin back. Just that thin back. Oh, wow. Probably could have gone a little cooler. Okay, if I would have shot the temperatures a little cooler, I might have gotten the electric shad might have come back a little bit further. Okay. But that was hard enough to push down on the injector as is. Adam was right. That is somewhere in between a double and a triple. We obviously have the beautiful chartreuse bellies and then that awesome black backing right there. That is some amazing stuff. My man Adam over at SDG coming up with the amazing tools, amazing molds. He is on a roll. If you are not following Adam's channel, make sure to do so. I will put a link to it in the description. And if you want to pick yourself up one of these amazing 2-to-1 injector systems manufactured by N2, I'll have a link down below in the description so you can make some amazing looking 2-to-1 baits just like this. Now you can flip it over, right? We could have done heavy, backing. We could have done heavy electric shad up top and then done just a little bit of chartreuse in the belly. You can flip it whichever way you want, but this is exactly what I wanted. We got this black here in the back, and we got this amazing chartreuse tail. That belly's going to take over, and when these are just rotating through the water, that is the stark contrast that I'm looking for. That bright gold to the dark, gold to that dark with the electric shad. Bluegrass makes for a really cool Yamamoto worm color, but I'm telling y'all, I think it's going to make an awesome jigging minnow color as well. Let me know down in the comments. Do you like this? Would you do this 2-to-1? What baits or what molds are you going to shoot the bluegrass color? Let me know. While you're doing that, we're going to get some slow motion footage, and then I'll meet y'all back here at the workbench. All right, and there you go, everybody. Gary Yamamoto's bluegrass colorway from the Cinco, color matched here. You can use this in a bunch of different baits. I definitely want to get the 2-to-1 injector, get some frog baits going. I think this would be a great topwater color. Definitely a great color for the tactical shad and any kind of jigging minnow. I think this is going to look great. Obviously, it looks great in the 5-inch stick bait because that's the original color that it came in. But yeah, bluegrass. I mean, who would have thought fish catching color? I think it's pretty cool. I'm definitely going to keep it in my arsenal, and definitely an easy color, or at least on the easier side, as long as you pick yourself up some violet sparkle flake from Lureworks. That's the key ingredient anytime you're doing an electric shad. But at least that way you can also do your electric shad colorway as well as the bluegrass. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap up the first video here in the new shop. We got lots more content on the way. The 2-to-1 injector, N2 2-to-1 injector by Adam SDG. Again, links down below in the description. You're going to be seeing a lot more of this on the channel. Still got a minute or two before we get the power run to the shooting star, so this is going to be our saving grace for our laminates until then. So lots of cool stuff we're going to do with swim baits, especially with this injector. Just you wait. All right, well, I think that's going to wrap and cap this video. Until next time, everybody, y'all know who it is. Your friend on this end, Michael, out here around these Delta sloughs, reminding you to keep on chucking. I'll get back with you.